I'm going to turn the mic over to the Honorable Ed Holder, Minister of State for Science and Technology, and we'll also hear very briefly from our top municipal officer here, Matt Brown, Mayor Matt Brown, very briefly. But here's Minister Ed Holder.
Well, thanks very much, Andrew. Dr. Ling, it's an honor to be here today. When you and I met before and you shared this vision that you had, I was exceptionally impressed with it, to the point that I wanted to be here and say a few words today, and I'm grateful for the invitation. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, it's rather interesting. The impact of diabetes on Canadian, and I would say North Americans, the cost of diabetes is huge. It's an epidemic, to the point where it will be the single largest cost against our healthcare system in this country for years to come if we don't deal with it, which is what impresses me so much about this effort here, because it's preventive, it's in our hands, it's within our abilities to do something about. I've been very active with the Canadian Diabetes Association for many years, and you'll know, those of you who aren't from the 10th largest city in Canada, which is what city? Good for you. They pick up really quickly, these Buffalo boys. That we have Banting House Museum right in our downtown, and it was Sir Frederick Banting, and we can lay claim to this brilliant humanitarian and scientist, because sometime in the middle of the night, when he was on the second floor of his house at Queen's Natalie, he woke up and wrote down 25 words that would change the world, and those words were the formula for insulin. And that has had such a dramatic impact to give people any quality of life, those who suffer from diabetes, and it's horrific when you suffer from it, especially the worst cases. What I appreciate about what Dr. Ling has done, Charles, what you have done is you've put it in our hands, the ability to make a difference. Pardon me. And it's that difference, because it is within our hands, and I think when you said health is in your pocket, it is so totally, totally true. Irene and I are here. Susan Troupe could not be here, but sends her very warm regards, as does Joe Preston from Elgin, Middlesex, London. We have 4 members of Parliament here in London. But Irene and I are here because it's important to support the kind of initiative that you have presented. What's kind of nice, too, is that as the Minister for Science and Technology, you've made reference to NSERC, the National Science and Engineering Research Council. That is one of the granting councils within my ministry for science and technology. And with their efforts with the Eye-to-Eye project that you're involved with, I think what it speaks to, and I think what impresses me about your initiative plus also NSERC's involvement, is that you took an initiative you created through work you had done through Western, you developed it, you had this vision and passion. And what are we trying to do across Canada? What we are trying to do is we are trying to promote innovation by improving technologies and being able to commercialize those, as Charles Ling is doing here. And the fact that you've been able to use all the main players, who are they? A major university. We're blessed to have 2 great schools in the 10th largest city in Canada, Western University and Fanshawe College. Western is a research-intensive university. In fact, it's one of the top 10 in our country. So to be able to use their resources, your vision, put those together for a technological opportunity that benefits the lives of not just Canadians, but people around the world. That's huge, that is dramatic. And to the extent that we can take any modest credit, and we can't, except that Canadians believe that we need to support programs like yours. So vicariously through your initiative, we'll take a little bit of credit, but it's because of your vision, not ours. You're the one that had that sense of what could happen if only. So to the extent that we have FedDev represented here, and NSERC represented, we like acronyms, by the way, in Ottawa. It's actually quite bad. When I first became a minister 14 months ago, I actually made them give me a glossary of terms for that, because I had no idea what they meant. I'm still not sure some days. But I will tell you this. It just impresses me, your initiative. You're an example, Charles Ling, of what really clever people across this country do and can do with the right guidance, the right support. So when I see our friends who are prepared to consider financial investments and some who have done so, I see Jordan Pye and Harold, and they're the reasons that I got to meet you. Because you are a visionary. And we're better because London, Ontario is such an impressive community because we've got so many great people. And I'm honored to be a part of a community that cares as deeply as it does. So may I say to you, sir, congratulations. To my friends Jordan and Harold, who really were the initiators of much of my involvement, to Charles, thank you. And I have to give a little shout out to a friend of mine, Alex Adams here from MedPoint. And I bring him out because there's a guy who talks about wellness. And when I think of I get kind of tired because his commercials run all the time. But if there's one thing he stresses is wellness. And if there's anything I draw from what you are doing here, it's that wellness is in our hands, if only we have the initiative to take it. So thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for mattering to this community, and thank you for mattering to Canada.